Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode, we won a couple of the most recent wave of wars that we started against Leon up here and against the Naphicids down here in Africa. And actually, speaking of, does this give us full control over this kingdom? It does. Okay, so we can create this now, which I think I may as well go ahead and do. Not that we need to in terms of our vassal limit or anything, but we may as well. We can grant it, I guess, to Duke of Africa. And I wonder if this might not be the time where we should consider just granting this as a landed title instead of a viceroyalty. The problem with continuing to grant kingdoms as viceroyalties now is that we have quite a lot of vassal kingdoms, and if we keep giving them out as viceroyalties, it's a -2 opinion penalty with all of our feudal vassals each time, which, with this larger number of kingdoms, is going to start adding up in a negative way. Not to mention the fact that the new kingdoms that we gained over here in Iberia, we don't have the option to grant them as viceroyalties because we conquered them via a claimant, so they're hereditary by default. Yeah, I think we'll just switch to granting every kingdom title that we get as a landed title instead of a viceroyalty in the future. So we'll just grant him this, Despotate of Africa. Sounds fine. Alright, so let's unpause and continue with our other wars. We might want to fight the army of Navarra at some point to speed this up. We'll at least finish this siege anyway, I think. Maybe we'll just siege these whole counties. Or maybe we'll just keep sieging and let him come to us if he wants to. Okay, there's a siege down here in Portugal. And there's that one up there. A woman accused of witchcraft in Constantinople has been dragged before your court. Several witnesses have seen her performing dark rituals in her secluded hut, possibly related to recent crop failures. She claims innocence, and it falls on you to determine her fate. Well, we were to roleplay this a little bit. We are just, so perhaps throwing her in the dungeons would be the correct course of action here. I don't think we would be inclined to burn her at the stake. Maybe if we were zealous. And I don't think we'll consider releasing her at once just for pragmatic reasons. We have seen recently what 10% local revolt risk can do. Oh, actually, that's just local revolt risk, never mind. So that wouldn't be so bad. But still. We'll throw her in the dungeons. Is that even the just outcome? Certainly coming from the perspective that witchcraft is not real, it isn't, but we probably don't know that in the year 1286. You are no longer content to rest on your laurels. The problems facing your realm are legion, and clearly no one can fix them but you, so we are going to become ambitious, which is great news. We're not ambitious already. And it's a very good trait, of course. So that's a consequence of our rulership focus. I'm also hoping to improve our education trait at some point, but we haven't managed to do that yet. Let's check on the progress of the revolt wars against our vassal king here, since that's what's stopping us from revoking this county. He's still losing them, okay. Let's actually... Yeah, we have a spare slot, so why don't we educate him ourselves? Just to make sure that once he comes of age and everything, he is... Now let's do it this way. He is well disposed towards me. He might become Greek. Well, that would be a positive outcome if you ask me. Okay. I'm not sure what his life expectancy is, considering he's a child king whose vassals apparently are not too happy with him, but since we have the spare slot, we might as well educate him. Okay, our Duke of Carinthia is happier, that's good. He's probably already at 100, everyone seems pretty happy as it is. Alright, so he's actually sieging a holding back from one of our vassals' revolts there, which is okay. You are no longer a participant in the Civil War to Lower Crown Authority. Okay. Well, that's fine. Not really a big deal, I guess. Got a tithe, that's good. Something I am concerned about is the orientation of our name on the map here. I don't like this at all. Thinking maybe once we conquer some more land over here, we might be able to straighten it out a bit. Okay, so the despot here lost one of his wars, but the other one continues. Okay. He'll have no crown authority left by the end of these. Assuming he even loses the second one. Which he didn't, it ended in white peace. Okay. Well, I don't think being at war stops us from executing our plot to revoke this county. Okay, so this will probably break the education contract thing that we have, but we can always get it back afterwards. Unless he just accepts the revocation, which would be the desired outcome. We'll see. Okay, we want to siege. No, our shameful attempt at blackmail has not succeeded, no matter how many corrupted souls you have enticed to help carry out your plan. You won't give in without a fight. Alright, so we're going to have to fight all of his lands and vassals, I guess. How many troops does he have at his disposal? Only 12,000, so we could potentially just divert troops from over here. Though actually, these are his troops, aren't they? So we're going to lose these. Well, that's okay. Yeah, we do lose those. Okay. Well, we can always transport some troops across from over here. Our resources are much greater than his. Is this going to be enough? 17,000. We'll get a few more just to be safe, I think. So we have yours already. And let's see, how about you? So we'll send, let's see, maybe we can land them over here or something. No, I don't think we'll bother, we'll just put them here and send them ashore. And we should also be able to raise our domain troops over here. This is actually the army of Carinthia. But either way, we can get plenty of troops into his county there. Get that sieged too. And our ecclesiarch has succeeded in his mission. Which is good news. That was down here, wasn't it? So we can move him over there. Let's just check out the religion overall. So there's still a small area of Catholicism in Central Europe here. And some Aztec religion holding on in the remnants of the Aztec Empire. There's some Catholicism up in the British Isles as well, or actually just in one of the British Isles. And up here in Scandinavia, and Waldensianism as well. Okay. Interesting. Finnish pagans still holding on up there too. And of course the Sunni and Shia lands in Africa and the Arabian Peninsula and Persia. Let's also check on the culture here. I can't imagine there's too much change since it is pretty slow. We have a few Greek counties in Italy and over here in Syria, but nothing too much to speak of. Okay. I suppose we could transport our retinue over, maybe? I don't think it's going to be necessary, we'll just let them reinforce there. Our Exarch of Italia Annonaria has usurped a title, okay. That's within his rights. And we have raiders, we'll just ignore them. So apparently we are present in this unit, that's fine. We could just assault and have a chance of capturing him and ending this quickly. I think we'll do that. We have the numbers. We did not capture him. And we don't have the numbers to assault the lower holding, so we'll just let that continue naturally. Okay, we won another siege, and even another one down here. Up to 74% in that war. Alright, so I see about 7,000 or 8,000 there. We'll probably just land all of our troops nearby and try to fight them. Relatively low supply limits. Unfortunately, surely they can't be too badly affected by winter. Well, I guess we will land only 19,000 over here then. Still outnumbers his army 2 to 1. And the remainder can land over here. Alright, so let's make sure that we get our top men. Take care of this. We'll regain a bit of morale and we'll probably just go and attack him even though it's in hills. Our truce with... this guy's expiring, that's not relevant really. Oh, he's actually got 12,000 there, okay. Well, let's see. This is hills too. Maybe we'll send this army around to here, and if he wants to... Actually, that's not a good idea since we can't reinforce from this county. Seems like he's leaving anyway. Maybe he's off to try and attack one of these armies, which I would be okay with since they can reinforce each other. And we've inherited the Despotate of Italy. So in line with our new policy on kingdoms, we'll just go ahead and grant this to a character not as a viceroyalty. And I'm not sure if it really matters who we give it to. Maybe we'll give it to somebody in the Duchy of Sicily here. Since that's the largest duchy here, I think. Though, maybe this is bigger. Sicily is fine. We did gain a county here, so we'll just give this to a random character first. In fact, we won't give it to a random character, we'll just grant the title and lower titles to somebody here. We'll try to find somebody with Greek culture if possible. There's somebody, but he is only 13. How about you? Not a great character, unfortunately. He's a bit better. He's pretty good, but he's old, so we'll give it to you. We'll include lower titles. Which apparently we had quite a few of, okay. Well, there will be the duchy title there, and at least one county. Okay then. And somebody else inherited the kingdom of Morea. Actually, our cousin. So that's fine. Let's see, the de jure land is there. He doesn't quite have all of it, but he has some land up here. Well, that's kind of messy, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Same with Italy. He doesn't quite control all of the land in Italy. There's a few counties held by other people, but I don't think we're going to have to be too concerned. So actually, I do not want you to move over there. You can stay where you are. Castletown has finished. Okay, so we don't want to lose progress on our war against Navarra here. So if the Castilian army is actually heading down to attack our troops here, we might just use these troops to go ahead and continue our war against Navarra. We should be able to finish it pretty quickly if we maybe can win a battle there and have enough troops to do an assault. Okay, our wife is pregnant again. Good news. And there are some Castilian troops over here, so let's divert half of our troops from our siege here to take care of them. We are present in this army, personally, but I think we'll just allow that to happen. Do have the ambition to become a skilled fighter, so maybe we should actually try to do just this. I've learned many lessons from this battle, aside from the application of the theoretical tactics my mentors taught me as a boy. I've learned to deftly isolate an opponent in the thick of the front, bringing all my focus and concentration to bear upon him, and then within but a few rounds of melee swiftly execute him. I'm proud of my clear progression into a greater warrior. Sounds good. So we didn't actually improve yet, but we're on the way. Alright, you can get back in there. Somebody has been called into the war here, but it was just a duke, so I don't think we're going to be in any danger. So Castile, it looks like, is actually just hanging out here. I guess that's okay, we'll take care of this first. So we cross a river into hills, but our numbers will carry us to victory anyway. And that gets us to 88% against Navarra, so I think we'll just leave with this army. Leave the other 7,000 up there to take care of a siege. They're in forest, which I don't think conveys any defensive bonus. So maybe we'll take this opportunity to attack them, except we won't, because they've just ordered these boats. And they're headed south, so I guess maybe they are going after our troops down here. Which, again, I'm okay with. Hopefully they just do an amphibious landing right on top of them. I have noticed my marshal's hard work, and everyone seems to like him. I'm deciding between having him heighten the morale of my troops or try to recruit more soldiers. We'll take the morale of armies, I think. And Portugal, it seems, has had enough at 88%. I accept. Okay, so we gain these two counties directly. We'll grant them out. And we have the duchy title as well, so we'll grant that also. So let's see, the Kingdom of Portugal extends all the way up to there. Okay, so it'll be a while before we can usurp that. But that's fine. I'll leave these troops raised, since I would actually like to fight Castile's army if it's indeed heading down here. And we have a lower Crown Authority faction, thanks to our new King of Wallachia. Yes, the -16 from granted vice royalties. This is why we are now no longer doing that. I think we can spare 122 gold though. Alright, so I took my eye off the Castilian fleet for a while, and I now have no idea where they are. They don't seem to be in this sea zone. But they were headed in this direction, I think. I guess the other place they might be heading is over here. But for now, I don't see any sign of them. Okay, well, we are out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here and hopefully continue and complete these wars and revocations in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.